Hey friends, Christy here. Hey, I just needed to pop on because did you all realize there is a worldwide, ready for this? Worldwide cookware shortage right now, especially nonstick cookware. And here's the thing, I'm a little biased to Pampered Chef, so I realized that our cookware manufacturer, which has amazing technology, is having a hard time catching up. And it turns out it's because the suppliers are having issues. It's kind of a domino effect. And I recently heard somebody shared that they were even sharing on the news how there's a worldwide cookware shortage. So then I was thinking, okay, let me look to see about some alternatives. And to be honest, some of our favorite cookware that we use here at the house are our stainless steel nonstick cookware, which we have a 12-inch, we have a 10-inch, we also have a wok that I just loaned to a friend today, but she's bringing it back for our stir fry on Thursday. But the wok, let me just explain, is the same 12-inch diameter. It just sits a lot higher, okay? And I'll show you right here in our catalog. You see that? That's the wok. So it's the 12-inch diameter. It's just a lot deeper than what the 12-inch skillet is. So let's talk about this cookware. Amazing pieces. Y'all, they're stainless steel. Stainless steel used to make me nervous because they were hard to clean and I never knew how to cook in them. But these are different because these are non-stick stainless. Y'all, you see this coating? It's not a completely smooth coating because if you're browning up some meats and you want to make a gravy or a sauce, you can have the fond that kind of sticks in between, but these are so easy to clean up. And the more I thought about it and talking to my team, these pans are used more often in our house than even our non-stick pans. My 14-year-old loves to make eggs. This is his pan of choice. Yes, eggs in stainless steel. Y'all, they clean up so easily. And how many of you have ever had non-stick cookware and you cringe when maybe a relative is using it because you're afraid they're gonna cut through with a knife or use that metal spatula instead of your nylon? Y'all, these are safe to use even with metal. Now, let me just say, I've got plenty of silicone. I don't technically use metal in them, but I also don't cringe when somebody else happens to use it because I know it's not gonna damage them. 12-inch, 10-inch. What kind of things can you do in them? And I'm gonna talk about our wok too, because the wok, we definitely use for stir fry, which I think is the typical answer for woks, but we do breakfast burritos every Sunday. And when we have a bigger crowd, there's only 4 of us at home now, but there's normally 6 or 7, we'll do 18 to 24 eggs at a time if we have a big group. And you can do them all in that wok at one time. Amazing. I just heard today about a delicious recipe and I'm going to share it with you right now. It is a cake recipe and I kind of jokingly said Jesus' birthday cake is going to be fancy this year because you do it in the wok. These are oven safe as well as stovetop safe, y'all. It's amazing. So here's the thing. You can just take your chocolate cake mix. If you're from scratcher, you can do it from scratch or use a box mix. And then you're going to bake up that cake in the wok. It's going to take about 45 minutes because that wok is so deep. And then after you get done, you're going to flip it out, maybe onto a flexible cutting mat or onto a platter or even a nonstick cooling rack because you're going to want that to cool. And then after it cools for about 5 minutes, you're going to take a nice bread knife, which we have a bread knife. We have our forged cutlery bread knife too. This is the chef's knife. You just need a long knife where you can cut a layer, right? And then you can take an extra flexible cutting mat, shimmy that between, lift up that top layer and set it aside. Now what you're gonna do is you're gonna melt some chocolate chips. You're gonna soften some cream cheese. You're going to take that melted chocolate chips and mix it with that cream cheese, right? And then you're gonna take some extra chocolate chips and chop them up. And you're gonna put those chopped up chocolate chips with that cream cheese, melted chocolate chip filling. Is your mouth watering? Are you drooling just a little bit? Okay, then, ready for this? Then you're gonna take some Cool Whip. Now, I would be making my own whipped cream because I've got our whipped cream maker, but if you don't have that, You can use Cool Whip, but I'd highly recommend making your own whipped cream. And then you mix that in with it. So then once this cake is cool, that bottom half, you're gonna take half of that cream cheese chocolate chip Cool Whip mixture and you're gonna spread it on that. Then you're gonna take that top half, a little spatula action, kind of get it back on top, right? Then you're gonna take the other half of that cream cheese mixture, kind of put it over top. Are you following me, right? And then you're gonna make another batch of your whipping cream, because this batch is just gonna be a thin icing over top of the whole cake. So can you picture that? Then when you cut into that cake, first of all, it'll feed an army. So you can bring some to neighbors, since you're not gonna necessarily have a big crowd maybe this year at your house. But then can you imagine when you cut into that, how beautiful it will look? You'll have that top layer of the white, then you'll have that layer of chocolate, and then that filling of that white layer, and then that other layer of chocolate. Oh my gosh, doesn't it sound great? Okay, so that's something that you're not necessarily gonna do every day in your stainless steel wok, but it can be done, you guys. Isn't that cool? And of course, stir fries of any kind, and you can do lots of eggs in it. You could actually, because it's oven safe, you could make a roast in it because it is so deep and it does have a lid. And the lids are all these beautiful look and see lids, so you can see what's going on the stovetop or in the oven. All right, so I just wanted to let you know, if you have somebody on your Christmas list, maybe you would love a good piece of cookware, I would recommend one of these two pieces or that wok I was telling you about, and I can certainly send you a link. I even have a shared rewards link right now where you can save even on that amount. I also want to just point out we have these amazing cast iron, enameled cast iron pans that I'm falling in love with. We used them at Thanksgiving, and we have the 2.5 quart and the 1 quart and a Dutch oven. This thing comes to a boil faster than any pan I've ever owned, okay? So if you have somebody that has cookware on their list, please reach out and let me know. We can hook you up. The best thing about all of these pieces, they're available and they have a lifetime guarantee. What's better than that? You'll love them, I promise. All right, let me know how I can help you. Thanks, guys.